Hello, dreamers. I have a very important message that has been coming through so strongly, and I really need to share this. I know right now there is a lot of crazy things going on in the world, to say the least, and especially in regards to AI taking over the music industry in a way, and me as an artist, as a musician. It's affecting everyone, right? And it's very, very easy to get drowned in it and feel completely lost of what to do and which direction to go. And yeah, so this message is for you if you are feeling a bit hopeless maybe and scared. We are all, and I'm too. But I received, yeah, a bit of an insight about it and thinking about how to work with this in the most effective way. So I don't want to get into what exactly is happening because you probably already know, and this message is about something else. It's about reclaiming our focus, and I don't mean that in a spiritual bypassing way. Quite the opposite, actually. We need to really focus on our mission here on this earth, here on this planet. I truly believe that each one of us has come here for a reason right now in this time. This is a really powerful time of rapid transformation, rapid change. And we didn't just come here to sit and watch things unfold and be in the mercy of it all and hope that we'll survive somehow. No, we all came here with a mission, and more than ever now, we need to focus on that mission, focus on that purpose. And it doesn't matter how insignificant it may feel to you, because that's the trap, right? Like, for example, with the whole music in AI and music situation, if you're like passionate about law and you really wanna like get in and create some direct change, please, right now is the time to do this, right? But if you are really passionate like me about art and you're an artist making music or painting or creating art in any other way, and you feel like it's insignificant now and it doesn't matter because AI is overtaking the industry anyways and charting everywhere, and what does my voice even matter? And you know, you start to feel doubt and you start to feel cynical and hopeless. That is the trap, because that will distract you and stop you from bringing your gifts into the world that are so needed right now. And it doesn't matter if you cannot see how it may make a difference in the whole big picture, because you can never see the whole thing until maybe one day you will, maybe you will never. But the way we are having an impact and the way we are changing things, it's not always direct, right? You may inspire someone with your music that then they go and talk to a friend and then they lighten up their day, and then that person is somehow involved in the system and changes something, you know? Or just uplifting other people, helping them feel their emotions. Like, all of these things are so valid and everything is so connected. And if every one of us is following their purpose and mission and focusing on their passion and doing that, and then that's the only way we really can have and make a change. If we sit around and become cynical and hopeless and depressed about the state of the world, from that state, we cannot receive inspired ideas to change things. We need to get into a present, calm, and grounded state to receive the inspired ideas that are really able to transform and change something in the world. So now more than ever, it's so important that we reclaim our focus. What are you paying attention to ultimately? Paying attention, right? That is draining you. I have been noticing so much, especially with like social media platforms, that it's draining me. I go on it and maybe I scroll a little bit and something comes up about the state of the world, something bad, something that I didn't choose in that moment. My nervous system was not ready to receive it and handle it and process it. And it takes me over. I start overthinking, spiraling, going into doubt, and my state instantly changes. And from that state, I cannot make any aligned decisions. From that state, I cannot create the beauty. From that state, I'm not no help to anyone, right? And that's why I've also been really focusing on like getting off these platforms more and really becoming so aware when this is happening. Because ultimately it's still going to happen somehow. Someone's going to tell you something about someone, and I'm not telling you to run around and close your eyes and ears and never look at anything, but to know in which state you're able to receive it and process it, and then take aligned and constructive action, right? Because when we see something bad or something we want to change, and we feel angry and we feel this is not fair, this ultimately is a positive thing. That anger fuels us to change things, right? But if we are not taking action with it, it's imploding inward, and it's really just creating disease and creating misalignment within yourself. So when you're and for a lot of people, and for me too, the fact is that whenever we see something, most of the time in that moment we can't directly change something about it. And that's the thing that makes us spiral into fear and puts us into a state of fear, and we are then ultimately giving away our power, right? Because we're like, I cannot do anything about it, and it's all so horrible. And fear ultimately is the real enemy, because we are so much more powerful than we can ever imagine and we can ever believe. But fear is the thing that stops us from accessing that power, and to not even try because we think it doesn't matter. And that's really the real danger. So in that moment, all we can really do is to shift our attention, shift our focus to our true north, to our path, to our focus, to our mission, and to our passion, to what really makes us feel inspired. And even if that doesn't seem to be of any direct relevance to what has caused us pain in the first place and horror, it still is the best and only way for us to move forward in a hopeful and inspired way. And the more of us that do this, the more we are actually shifting the collective consciousness and raising the frequency of the collective. And everything really is frequency and energy. And yes, there are tangible things that we can do and change, but like, it still comes down to energy. And fear is a real frequency. It's what keeps us back from moving forward. And a lot of the times also, yes, if you are really in a state of fear, you can't just be like, oh, I'm going to be grateful now, I'm going to be happy now. It doesn't instantly work that way, but you can notice that, right? You can notice, okay, I'm in a state of fear, I'm in a state of doubt. And most of the time, there's a direct correlance of what you've just received on information that you didn't choose. And most of the time, as I notice for myself, that comes from the internet, comes from your phone, comes from something someone told you that you didn't necessarily choose. So once you become aware of that, you can say, okay, I understand this had brought me into this state. So right now from this state, I can't change anything. I can't, I'm no help to anyone. I need to be able to just change my state in whatever way I can, right? And it doesn't have to be instant. First of all, is that it's very important to make sure to remove these bad habits and distractions that keep putting you back into the state of fear, because that is where we have a choice. Every day we wake up and we have a new frequency base in a way. So, not looking at your phone in the morning and really, really being like, just so aware of where you put your energy. Put it into your passion and your projects first, before you put it into anything else and anyone wants from you. And things like being in nature is so important, to be focusing on the real tangible things, because when we go into nature and we look at the trees and we look at the sky, it calms our nervous system. It helps us get back to a grounded state, and it helps us see the beauty that exists beyond the bad things that are happening, because there is so much beauty on this earth. And when we focus on the beauty and we focus on the love that's everywhere, we are changing our state and we're raising our frequency to a state where we can then align with divine inspiration and move forward into the direction of actual creating tangible change. So yeah, it's a powerful time to be alive, really. And it's not easy, but you didn't come here because it would be easy, right? Your soul came here knowing that it has the strength, the gifts, and power to change things in the way you're supposed to do. And if the only thing that you're really changing tangibly is yourself, you've already succeeded, right? Because we always got to change ourselves first, and who we are becoming in the process is so, so, so important. I always say that. And you are then radiating that out into the world, to every being in the universe, to everyone that you meet, and then that becomes a ripple effect, ultimately. So yeah, you've got this. We've all got this. We need more dreamers that can believe in a better world, more than ever. We really need you to dream up a better world. And I really believe that we can have a positive impact in the littlest ways, from the littlest ways to the biggest ways. And if that video in any way inspired you and helped you, then I feel like I have done a little bit more to have a positive impact, and that's just so, so, so important for me. I'm sending lots of love and strength your way. Focus on that mission. Create that thing that you've been wanting to create for such a long time. Doesn't matter how small it may seem. Doesn't matter how insignificant it may seem. If it's important to you, it is important to the world.